Hello, friends. So, uh, what has happened throughout the world on the globe because of the media and different kind of OTT platforms is that sex has spread, but not sex education, you see. And that's the problem. What happens is that uh, men usually see or observe porn or pornography to the larger extent, and all sexually explicit material, whether it is electronic material, whether it is hardbound copy, or so on and so forth. And women comparatively see it to the lesser extent. Now, what happens is that after seeing these pornographic videos or sexually explicit material, the man or the men, they enter their room and into the bed with the expectations and with the wishes or with an ideas which they have seen in on the screen, and they expect that from their women, that she should be doing or a particular sexual act. She should giving me a blow job, or doing an oral sex, or go in a doggy style, and so on and so forth. So many things, and BDSM and threesome and this and that and whatnot. Now, actually, one should remember that the real life is different from real life. The person, the man goes with that expectation, but it is not necessary that the woman is going to fulfill it. And then what happens, that there is a disharmony and a discord, because there is an expectation mismatch. The man wants from a woman everything that is shown in the pornography, and he also wants to do that. People should remember that whatever is being shown on the in the pornography, that need not necessarily be fulfilled, all can be achieved by individuals in real life. It might be done by the porn artist, whether it's a position or whether it's a particular sexual style or whatever. And they try to extrapolate it, they try to apply whatever they have seen, and that's the problem. And then the things can just escalate, causing sexual expectation mismatch, and it can just lead to a divorce. Yeah. Another thing is that I have started getting couples, maybe from 2016, that they are having fantastic vocabulary and a knowledge of all the slangs and the colloquialism and the terms that is being used in the porn world, or which they get it from the internet sites. Okay. And they try to apply it in their real sexual personal life, and that's a problem, and that is a problem, because it's a half knowledge, and without understanding the full meaning of the terminology, the reference to the context, they try to apply those things in their own bed, and they can meet a failure, either failure to perform in themselves, or failure of a response and reciprocation by the partner. And then what happens, they try to force it on the partner, and then forcing on the partner, whether it's a rape or a sexual harassment or sexual molestation, at a conceptual philosophical level amounts to the same, whether it is in the live-in relationship, or whether it's in the marriage, or whether they are staying in a form of cohabitation. Another thing is that what has happened is, because of the over exposure to the sexually explicit material, the wonder element, the awe, has totally gone, and sex has become mechanical in many people who are seeing pornography. तो ये जो अद्भुत रस रहता है ना, कि उसकी जो सुंदरता है, उसकी जो नजाकत है, उसकी जो कोमलता है, वो पूरी तरह से चली जाती है. And that, because so much exposure is there to the eyes, and that the person doesn't get high or doesn't get put on by seeing a body segment or a partially nude or completely nude partner. So वो चला जाता है वो रस, तो फिर क्या मजा बाकी रही? There is no pleasure. Third thing is that apart from the typically discussed things like porn addiction and porn habituation or porn conditioning and so on and so forth, and people are getting victim to it, people definitely get hooked with the gadget. So even though they are seeing the images and even though they are masturbating, actually the machine or the gadget, whether it's a mobile phone or whether it's a laptop, that is controlling the humans. So it is like that. So I think after the 1960s, we used to have this essay during our after 70s, 80s, everything, after those decades, essay in our school that science, whether it is a boon or a bane. And then it has got converted into something called as a technology, whether it's a boon or a bane. And then mobile phone or such gadgets, electronic gadgets, whether it's a boon or a bane. And now OTT platforms and social media and pornography, it is boon or a bane. Actually, science, technology, gadgets, pornography, everything in one way from an objective point of view is neutral. It depends on we humans how we use it. Pornography, yes, can sometimes, okay, soft pornography where romance, rati priti pranay shrungar dikhaya gaya hai, that can be sometimes used by couples to stimulate their sexual life, to add novelty and variety, only if it is used sparingly and just to kindle or sparkle the passions, and if it is if the consent is given commonly, if it is acceptable, permissible to both the partners. Barring this, uh, there is something called as a dependency on the gadgets, and the beauty has really gone. The beauty has really gone. The last thing I would say is that, apart, see, human beings, they imitate. So whatever is being shown in the on the screen, people try to imitate in bed. But they should remember that, as I have told you, it is a generalized thing which can be done by the porn stars. That doesn't necessarily mean that each and every individual is able to or has a capacity to do that particular thing. And then, irrespective of scientifically thinking whether whatever is shown in uh, pornography or sexually explicit material, whether it is true, whether it is real, whether it is scientifically supported or not, people become victim of it. So the question is like, they get all, instead of getting a proper scientific information, they get wrong information, or the chances that they might get a wrong, unauthorized, unofficial, unscientific information, and that is going to cause the problem. So we should beware of such things. And I repeat that there is a dependency on the gadgets. There is an lot of absolute demand that the partner should do a particular sexual act in a such a way, and then the expectations are not fulfilled, और अपेक्षा भंग का दुख हो जाता है. And right from conditioning to getting to porn addictions, it is disturbing sexual life. So what we should think is that, instead of sex, proper sex education should be permeated all over the world at a global level. Okay, take care of these points and enjoy your life and your sexual life. Bye bye. See you in the next video. Myself, Dr. Prasanna Gadre, sexual medicine practitioner and an allopathic dermatologist and cosmetologist from Pune area. Thank you. Dhanyavad. Shukriya.